Okay, I think it's happening. It's March 3rd, and I had to do another video with this color. I did another video with a live stream that's on, but you can see it's a way different color, but also I forgot to turn on the light. Someone pointed that out to me, how come it was so dark. So I still don't think this color would have come up, because I don't know why. This is just me making a video. It's not live stream. But I really like this color. And so this is a message to the Ribisis. Al Ribisi, Lynn Ribisi, and the kids. And Vonnie, you're one of them. And I know you guys, and Gay Ribisi. You know, I want you guys to come out. You have no idea how many people miss you. And all of, tons of your friends are out here. You might think, oh, they're SPs and, no, that's not true. You know us. Somebody asked me tonight on my live stream, have you seen the Ribisis? And it's like, I haven't because you're still in and I'm out. But you know what? Leaving Scientology takes one thing. You walk out the door. That's it. You don't have to route out. You don't have to go to ethics. You don't have to do liability and doubt and all these conditions and all this stuff that Hubbard said you have to do before you can leave. No. You have to walk over to the door, open it, and walk out. That's it. They cannot stop you. So the only person that can stop you is you. And that's the thing that I realized we did when I was in. You basically are kind of mind control. That's the part of the mind control of self-censoring. No, 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 no. We have to stay on this path. We can't go on that path. No. You have to be on this path. And Hubbard was like, if you're not on this path, you'll never get free. Now, I know to people listening to that, you go, oh, come on. Who would believe that? Right? And I agree. I mean, it's nuts. But remember, a lot of us, including the Ribisis, I don't know what year exactly they got in, but I know I got in 1969, before a lot of you were even born. And certainly the internet wasn't around. So none of us had access to information, right? Not at all. And Hubbard built in, if you talk to a suppressive person, that makes you suppressive, right? So then you're declared suppressive and you'll lose all your friends and your eternity, right? Now, Scientology is like a triangle, right? You have to get that. And I'm going to mention it over and over because new people come on and they don't quite get, how could this possibly be? First of all, watch The Truman Show because that is Scientology. Everybody in Scientology is basically insulated within the Scientology Truman Show. They're surrounded by Scientologists. If anybody's against Scientology, they quickly cut them off or they have to go to ethics and get handled, right? And in ethics, they go, okay, Tori, seems like you're having some confusion here. So I think, what condition do you think you're in? And they'll come up with, well, I'm in doubt. I can't decide whether to stay in Scientology or not. And they go, okay, well, let's list out all the evil things that these people that are out of Scientology are doing, right? And let's look at the good things that Scientology is doing, right? And then you have to decide, it's like a fork in the road, and you have to either go with the evil people or stay with the wonderful Scientology. Now, it does, I will admit, it does, when you're in it, it seems great. It really does. And it's like they have people constantly reinforcing what you like, right? And there are nice people. There's a lot of good people in Scientology. That's a tricky thing because the guys running it are the guys that are really creepy. David Miscavige, you're creepy. And I even think David Miscavige was probably abused because his dad was, that's a whole different story. But, he's running that stuff. He's running the stuff L. Ron Hubbard wrote, right? And he slid into it, bought into it, and now he's running the Scientology Truman Show. And it's a big mistake. It's one of those things where I think once you're in it, it's very difficult to get out. I know that from being in for 30 years. and you don't have incest, all the stuff that you people know. There's people that know stuff. I mean, even the TikTok kids who came, just happened into, like, Streets LA isn't TikTok. He was with, he's taking on the cops, right? But he ran into Scientology. They said, you can't film us. And he was like, really? Wrong guy to say that to, Scientology. So anyway, then Jessica Palmadessa, you can look her up on YouTube, and Streets LA, because they both have videos now on YouTube. They used to be on TikTok, but now they're on YouTube because TikTok kicked them out. And guess who probably got them to get kicked off? But proving that's a whole different thing. But anyway, they are kicked off, and now they're on YouTube, and they have all kinds of videos every single day on stuff that they do. They're very active. They're very cool people. But there's a whole bunch of them that are part of the, they call themselves the Squirrel Squad, which is funny because Scientology is really against squirrels. And that doesn't mean in the animals, the squirrels. Hubbard used to call anyone who did any kind of technology other than Scientology a squirrel. Or if you're doing it incorrectly, you're a squirrel. So he'd be like, oh, they're just squirrels, right? So anyway, for the Ribisis, that's what I started with. This is a message to the Ribisis. Come on out. There are tons of people that are your friends, that have been your friends for most of your life, and they're out. You don't know it because Scientology will never tell you. And they're like, oh, they died, or they moved, or, they just don't ever talk about them. Or they're super evil, like I found this out at Christmas. Now they've decided that I'm a top secret undercover CIA agent. So see, they'll go, aha! We knew there was something wrong with her. She had seizures. And look at her now. She's totally screwed up, right? I mean, they can take anything and bend it into Scientology or that, right? So you guys are stuck in the Scientology Truman Show. There is no more. First of all, OT8 does not work. And I've been around OT8s, including my ex-husband, and most of them are a wreck. They're not, they may say they're really doing great, but if you really, really talk to them, they're not. How can you do great when your free speech is broken? Many of them, their families are broken. Just like me, my husband cannot talk to me. Now he'll say, oh, I choose not to talk to her. Bullshit. Harold, if you hear this, you know that's not true. I know that's not true. I know you. You're a good person. You're not a person who would do something like that. That's like creepy people who would do that. Oh, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. It's like, really? I mean, if I was really doing evil stuff, okay, I could see it. But I'm not. I'm exposing the abuses of the Church of Scientology. Stopping free speech, which you are part of. Breaking up families, which you are part of. Medical abuse, you lied about that on the internet. I don't think that was you. I think Yachty probably wrote the letter for you. But if it was you, you know that's not true. Scientology, for years, I had to fight Scientology and Scientologists going, you're not on your medication still, are you? Or did this level handle your medication? Did you finally get rid of epilepsy? It's like, oy, 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 oy. If I'm out of Scientology, that epilepsy saved my life. It really did. And my mother. And my father. So there you go. But anyway, for the Ribisis, come on out. Open the door. And this is true for anybody. It's a message to the Ribisis, but it's true for anybody. You can just open the door and walk out. Come out. Give me a call. I'll come pick you up. If you're Sea Org and you don't have anywhere to come, give me a call. And my phone number's on the internet. Tori Chrisman phone number. And call me. Because I will come get you. And there's plenty of other people that'll come help you. There's a lot of help out here now. And, I know older people kind of go, well, what are we going to do if we leave Scientology? What will we do? Because most of them work for Scientologists in the Scientology Truman Show. But here's the shocking thing. There's a lot of stuff you can do outside of Scientology. And even if you're Sea Org and you've been in it for years and years and years, and you're just like, who would hire me? Which I know you don't even think about because you're kind of brainwashed to not even think about that, because that would put you in doubt. And you'd have to go over to ethics and work with the ethics officer on what condition are you in, really, right? So I know you're not going to even think about it, but you should just come on out, because it's a simple thing. You just open up the door and you come on out. So anyway, there you go. I am very, very excited about this new avenue that's happening with all of these younger people that are, facing Scientology. They're learning about the abuses as they do it. And Scientology, you are coming through. You always do. They're showing them. And it's like, they could have just left them alone, just like Anonymous. We said if they would have let them alone, they would have been on their way. But can Scientology leave them alone? No. And you may think, Scientology, that by pulling down your blinds in every single building in Los Angeles, which has happened, that we and the Squirrel Squad and everybody else think you're not part of it, right? That you're just leaving them alone. But we know you're not. You're online. Your stuff is happening. Tires are getting slashed. It's like that isn't an accident when 2 or 3 of the people that are new people here have their tires slashed. No. Don't even try to think that when you're done and you leave them alone, you will really leave them alone. Stop doing fair game. Stop lying about me, saying I'm a top secret, undercover CIA agent. Now, Al Ribisi, I want you to answer me on that. My phone number's on the internet. I want you to call me and you tell me that you believe that. And if you don't believe that, then you know it's full of shit, which it is, and come on out and be free. People, we are all, everybody's got shit, but it's not the same shit as the Truman Show, where you are insulated and isolated and you can't talk to anybody and you have to keep donating. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. You can come out, talk to anybody you want, do what you want, go where you want, say what you want. It's really fun. It is. It's a very different world. So anyway, to everyone that's helping in this new world and everybody that has helped, I thank you, because there are people for years that have been helping expose the Church of Scientology and still are. There are academics that are doing their end of stuff, which is fantastic. There's Tony Ortega, who, he every day he's got stuff. There's Leah is suing David Miscavige, the Church of Scientology, and Gavin Potter, who I have said for years that guy should be in prison. Why? Because he was taking kids out of high school and signing them up for a billion-year contract. Yeah, that's bad news, Gavin Potter. So anyway, Al Ribisi and the rest of the Ribisis, come on out. There's a lot of cool people out here. Really cool people. And a lot of your friends. And they'd love to see you. So there you go. I just wanted to see if I could still have this color, which I really like. It's very fun. Obviously, I'm a purple girl, so there you go. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest of the night, Saturday night and Sunday. There you go. All right. Bye-bye.